Good morning, fellow app makers. Welcome back to last video of how to implementing Google Maps to our Android Studio project using Java language. It's Behzad here from Hayward Coder, and we are going through how to make that happen. So if you do remember from our last video, we left from our camera zoom method that we created yesterday, and we haven't tried it yet because we are going to use a camera method inside of getting device current location. So I am in a map page, and below your camera zoom we need to create a method that handles the getting device current location. We create a comment as usual. I have created my method. The first one, as you know, it tells what is going to do this method, and the second part is where it's going to be used. So coming down here, we need a private method. So we need a debugger, getting device current location. Copy your top comment, bring it down here. So we need to initialize our fuse location provide client. So that one is, we have initialized it here from our first video. So we are going to initialize this to our location services. Come down here again inside your getting device current location. Fuse location provider equals to location services is the one, GMS location. Make sure you're using the correct one. Dot get fuse location provide client, and for activity we're using the current activity that we are in. Then we need to have a try catch. What do we need to try catch? Because if there is an issue is going on, we have to handle that error, so that is going to avoid crashing our app. So come down inside your try, write down an if condition. Inside the if condition, we have to first check, and we have to make sure our return from our boolean permission is being granted. So the one I am talking about is here, location permission request has been granted. Then we can have an access to the device current location. So write down location permission request. If that is true, then we need to handle our codes here. Need a task here. We call it location equals to, we have to initialize this one and have an access to our last location. Just write down fuse location provide client, the object of variables we created here, dot get last location, and come up. Now we have to run a task for our location, and that means we have to handle two sides of it. Either the first one, we can move the camera to the current location, and the second one is if the map cannot have an access to the current location of the device. Just write down location dot add uncomplete listener, new uncomplete listener, then it will generate it for you. Just coming down here. Before we forget, we have to handle our security exception code here to make sure that runs smoothly. Just write down security exception e dot print get message. Come on. That's it. That will handle our error if there is an error going on. We're coming down here inside our uncomplete. We need to check if the task is successful. Write down another if condition. Inside the if condition, we need to check if the task is successful. Then we run to it here. Here we need to typecast our last location. Where is the last location came from? We are initialized it inside our field area. From our location, we created a variable named last location. And coming down back here inside our getting device current location, if task is successful, we need to have initialize last location to this task that we are going to get. So for doing that, we need a typecast. Just write down task dot get result, and that will handle our last location. Sorry, we should use location, not task, because that we need to get a typecast to convert it to location. So I don't know where is the funnel came from. I'll just delete it. Then here we need to move the camera to the current location of the device that we got it successfully. But before forgetting, we need to handle the else condition in case if the task wasn't successful. Come down here, write down else. Just a toast message will work. Write it down, unable to find location. So that is rarely could happen, but in case it happens, you have to be able to handle it and let the user know what happened. So you're coming down below your get results, then move camera. We need to, camera zoom, new lat long. So we'll be last location get latitude, comma, last location dot get longitude. Then we need a default zoom, camera zoom, and it will be my location. Just let me bring it down here so it will be easy for everyone to understand. What happened here? We imported our move camera zoom inside to get in device current location, and as you know, our camera zoom, it has 3 parameters. It has a lat long, it has a zoom, and it has a title as a string. So the new lat long we got from our last location from returning of this task getting results and getting a latitude and longitude. Then we need to give a zoom to it, the camera zoom that we have initialized inside our field area again here, 15 float, and my location, it's going to be our string as a title. That means that we don't have a pin drop on our application. So that's it for this method, and we have to run this method inside our onMap ready, and then we are going to run our app to see what comes up. Go up above your onCreate. Let me minimize here. Sorry, below your onCreate inside our mmap, you're coming down here. Just write down an if condition. Again, here we have to check our location permission being granted. Location permission request, if that is being granted, then we need to get device current location, mmap.myLocation, set my location enable true, which that will drop a blue dot on inside your map. So everything's ready. Just try to see what will happen. I am in my welcome page. We're just going online to see what will happen. As you see here, it shows my location. Our map is ready. As you see, it drops down a blue dot. 15 float is the zoom of the camera from the ground, and here is our location. In case if you go and move somewhere, you just click on it and it will transfer you back to the location of your device. So let's check our logcat to see what we've done. We are in our emulator, we have in our package, and we are inside our debugger to see what we've done. As you see here, I've checked a camera zoom debugger inside our logcat to see. This is our camera zoom. The lat long will be 37 and longitude will be -122. So this is what we initialize it here to make sure that our application is getting ready. So scroll down, we are going to get in device current location message to copy it here. So let me close this. And here as well, you see our debugger for our device current location has been used, and this is the message which we wrote inside our logcat. So everything's done perfectly, and I hope it does for you as well. If you do have any question, please do not hesitate to ask it, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please make sure you do so, because we are going to, from now on, we are going to have our weekly videos on troubleshooting and solving problems. I hope you enjoyed this video series and you learned something valuable. Thanks for your time. I will see you all later.